Hey, pretty cool. So today we are heading through Lake Orion and talking to a biker we made along the way on his Kawasaki dirt bike. Great conversation towards the end of this video clip, and let's just get into this video. And of course I also have some more Goldwing 6-speed right there, 6-speed thoughts, and let's get into this. Okay, let's get on the bike. Close the garage door. This is what I was talking about, people. They should have offered home link, right, in the bike standard. No one cares about an XM radio antenna. Do this. Do this. Love the way this starts. It just engages like a jet fighter plane. You gotta love it. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Terry here. How the heck are you doing today, eh? So, had to get out. It's early in the morning, and took our Goldwing that has been named Sally. Just so you guys know, Teresa named this bike Sally. So if you need to know the name of this bike, it's Sally. And we're keeping the name of the Rocket 3 GT a mystery. But if you guys got a good name for a Rocket 3 GT, let me know. I'd love to call it the Piper Express, but I don't know how to get Piper on either motorcycle. She'd probably be better off behind me on the Goldwing here, but I just think at 48 pounds, she's, you know, probably too big, right? But she wants to go everywhere I go, so I'm sure it would work out with Pipey. So yeah, here we are, and living with this 6-speed manual Goldwing has been 98% pure pleasure. Because of my work schedule and the actual free time I have, and my limited amount of patience when I got so much going on, you know, I called the dealer and said, hey, when can I bring my bike in for an oil change, right? This has got 606 miles on it right now, and the sales manager told me, hey Terry, you know, when you get to 600, just bring it in for an oil change so we could check everything on the bike. And you know, that made sense, to be honest with you. I'm a firm believer in frequent oil changes, and they couldn't get me in for 2.5 months for an oil change, like for an $80–90 oil change. So I think I may have said this before. You buy Goldwing, sign off taking it to the dealer. You're going to be working on it yourself. You know, unless you have something added during delivery or before you pick it up brand new, which I don't advise, because it's just another huge profit opportunity for the dealer and the financing, because, you know, the larger your balance, you know, the more interest money they make and the longer it takes to pay off, blah blah blah. So thankfully there are videos on YouTube that tell you how to work on the bike, but I go back to me, right? I know I can do it. I mean, I restored an Acura. There's one video out there I've got. It's a 2003 CL. I know Honda products, you know. I'm not a certified mechanic. I'm not a YouTube certified mechanic, but you know, I should just put this bike up on the center stand late Sunday, and until the fog lights are on, they're on, and I should go over to the dealer where I bought bike at and just buy the oil filter ring. And you know, I think changing the oil on the manual transmission bike, it is different. The bolt patterns and things underneath the bike are different, but just another quick, you know, top tip from On Down the Road Productions. You know, the oil change, I think, goes a little bit smoother on the 6-speed manual, but it's just an oil change. I used to change the oil on my car all the time. So why have I not gone around this truck, you know, like an impatient boob? Well, there's a curve right there. You see those yellow signs, and you know, I think it's unnecessary risk the way people fly around there, right? I'll get my chance here to clear the green monster. Alright, I guess we're good. I just didn't want to, with the curve here, right, I just didn't want to do the, you know, fly-by-night, you know, I'm on my bike, you know. So I'm not a motorcycle riding coach. Teresa wants me to come, Teresa challenged me to become one, but you know, there's kind of focused on a lot of the technical aspects of understanding the technology of my current employer, and you know, I've been taking a lot of Udemy courses and things like that, so don't have a lot of free time, right? Because I want to be successful, and you guys, I want you to be successful, you know. So, but I'm back. So I think MC Rider, maybe a few other channels talk about that strategic box, so I just think like that, right, when I ride. And we view Sally here to be the chill out bike. You know, this is just a bike you chill out on. Yes, I know there is sport mode, but once you ride a Rocket GT, sport mode feels like Econ mode. They're like, was that you? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we thought it was a BMW from the sound of it. So, you know, they didn't see the bike, but they just heard it, right? So that's high quality shit, right? So I don't know why people are so hung up on potato. But I am a Harley fan too now. Let me set the record straight. I've owned Harleys, and I love a great Harley enthusiast bike. I just have complete faith in Honda engineering, right? So I have not owned a Honda product yet that is you know, let me down. I've had some I've owned a couple memorable Acuras that surprised the daylights out of me, and I still miss my 2015 Civic Si. Oh my gosh. I should not have gotten rid of the car, you know. I basically got rid of it in mint condition too. So, and you know, a year or two after getting rid of it, I remember floating around the web looking for a used one in the shape mine was in. They hold their value and they're ridden hard. But that car had the double-decker dashboard, and I loved it at night. I would drive it between St. Petersburg and Naples on the weekend in Florida quite a bit. And then when I left Florida for Michigan, I used that car to get me home, and going north on I-75, like maybe 50-60 miles south of the Georgia border, I hooked up with a Porsche 911, man, and we did like, we flew up into Atlanta until he hit something in the road. But here I was in a Civic Si. The car's composure was just beautiful. I had fun. I wasn't being unsafe, but I think this guy in the Porsche was transporting it for somebody, but he actually hit something in the road, and he had to pull off into a rest area. A little bit of debris hit the Honda too, and I had no damage, and I just kept going. And I remember getting gas outside of Atlanta and people looking at the car and checking it out with nodding approvals. But the reason I got rid of it was I was working in downtown Detroit, and the main road home for me was all stop and go. And I didn't go to work for 8 hours a day, right? I was a manager, and I'd go in for 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day. And I get stuck in an hour and a half of stop and go traffic every day, and in dress shoes, right? My right foot would get terribly sore, and I just bought a 4Runner with an automatic, and I love the 4Runner too, don't get me wrong. Now can you imagine me sitting here with a paid off 2015 black with red interior, fully loaded SI sunroof, all the good bits and pieces on it, completely stock in great condition Civic Si with that 6-speed manual, which was amazing. 2.4 liter VTEC engine. I mean, I consider that one of my major car screw-ups. We find ourselves on, drumroll please, Orion Road again. I mean, this part of this road, man, people fly out of there. Where that truck flew out, oh my god, did they fly out of here. They don't even use their blinker. I'm surprised there haven't been more wrecks. There probably have been a ton of wrecks and I just don't know about it, right? So hey, I know everyone says the DCT is so great, don't get a manual transmission bike or manual transmission Goldwing. You can leave this bike in 6th gear and go through all this stuff. The speed limit's only 45. Bike handles it just fine. You know, I would rather have the manual. I have to tell you guys, and then, you know, it's not my criticism, you know, it's just the true cost of ownership and hassles, right? So, you know, when I saw that if you don't calibrate your DCT every so often, you know, clunky shifts or whatever the heck's going on, I'm like, well, F that, I got a manual. I ain't got to worry about that shit or the expense or the time to get it done right. And then a UK cycle channel did a review of the DCT Goldwing like this one, you know, 2018 on forward, and they had the, you know, coasting to a stop, the clunky downshifts, because the DCT hunts for an RPM sync and it clunks. I don't feel like being on a bike that clunks, because according to the UK channel I watched, it's pretty unnerving. And of course, you know, I see a lot of new riders get unnerved by gust of wind, and even serious riders do too. So think about it, you know, I've been riding 24 years now or something like that, and I hear a clunk, it's gonna freak me out. I'm just human, right? You know, I'm calm in tight situations, but if I got clunked on like that, like I saw in the video, but you know, it's fine, man. If you want a DCT, I'm gonna represent for the 6-speed Goldwing though. That, you know, consider it. Make an effort to consider it. They'll give you a lower price on the bike, because everybody, quote unquote, just wants to rush it and buy a DCT. And I don't care that if more DCTs are sold than manuals. I don't care. Both bikes are excellent, but I know for me, man, you know, I grew up working in the automotive industry, and I've paid attention to recalls, and I've said nobody makes a better motorcycle engine than Honda, but you know, I don't trust their automatic transmissions even now. They're just not, and they engineer their own transmissions. They're just not, you know, as good as the Toyota transmission in terms of that long-term durability. And I'm not saying they're bad. Anything new is nice, right? Anything's new is a Yugo is new. I guess new could be brand new. It could be nice, you know, but I look at it like, you know, you know, buying a Goldwing, you're forced to work on it yourself. Going back to the dealer, it's either so far away or they can't book you for 2.5–3 months. You know, I don't get that with my Triumph at all. John usually works with my schedule or tries to fit me in, you know, because they appreciate me as a customer in my business, but they understand that I'm not just trying to go, hey, I want my bike work done now, you know. So I did take her down to 4th, and I've got it in tour right here. This is beautiful. I want to share Piper with everybody. Piper's my PTSD dog. Piper and Terry special day. And of course, you know, Piper wouldn't be in my life if Teresa didn't love me, and Piper and I have become great pals. And count me in, dogs are smarter than we credit them to be. I cannot believe how intelligent Piper is. Here's some great riders. Cyclists love this road. There you go, guys. There you go. I'm really enjoying this ride because I don't have my... I actually dressed differently today in lighter clothing. I think I can make a right turn up here. Okay, you can see here how I stop, and just right here, both these batteries are charging. One was a backup battery that I had in the compartment, but I added it because, you know, when they sit, they lose some of their power. But I came back here for a fully charged battery. The other battery died up the road there, probably half a mile or so. So I just want to show you guys this system. It works really good, so just swap them out, you know. And there you go. Morning.
How's it going?
Good, good. Did stop and change a battery on my camera.
Oh.
I'm Terry, man. How's your riding today?
Good to hear you.
How's your ride today?
Oh, not too bad. I just went up to Leonard and swing around.
Yeah, I ride all the time. I've got 2 bikes. I've got a Triumph Rocket, and I've got this, you know. And we're looking for another Harley. I used to ride with Wolverine, and rode a Fat Boy, but looking for a nice used Harley.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, they're out there. Just when I find one, I'll probably score it. But yeah, I always like ride up to here and go around White Lake. It's beautiful. I never know though if there's like a spot I could pull off with my bike and sit on the lake.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a park area.
No, unless you turn down Army Road.
What road?
Army Road.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Turn down Army Road, you go around, you can get to the north end of the lake. There's no parking signs where you can stop.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And what year's that bike? I know it's a Kawasaki.
That's an 07 KLR 650.
Wow. That's got to be fun to ride.
Yeah, it's pretty fun going 100 on a dirt bike. I can get up to 100 on that.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine the air. That's what I like about this. You know, people buy freaking Goldwings and they block all the wind.
Right.
And why would you do that on a bike? Just get a car.
Yeah, I had a CB 650 that had a windjammer fairing on it.
Yeah, I know the bike.
Took that off.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, this is still stock, you know.
That when the windshield's right at the right height for me.
Oh, yeah.
When the air's hitting me, though, it hits me right here, right across the forehead. So I either got to duck my head down.
Yeah.
Taller windscreen for it, but I think they look stupid.
Yeah, I like it. Like it's like a tool bike or a utility bike to me.
Right, I take dirt roads and drive all around the thumb. I can rip around and I don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah. If a rock hits it or something.
All plastic skid plate underneath and.
Yeah, how many cc?
650.
I like it for how you use it. I think it's wonderful. You know, makes me want to get a dirt bike. In a way.
Yeah, they make some really good ones. They've been making that one for a long time.
Yeah, someone told me the Kawasaki transmissions or the motors make that tap noise.
Yeah, mine kicks.
So where I bought this bike, right? They sell Kawasaki's too. Have you heard of Z-Max?
Yeah.
Okay, Consumer Reports said this is the only thing that really works. And it was the only product Carroll Shelby ever endorsed. You remember the Shelby Mustang? And he wouldn't take any money from Z-Max. So just get some Z-Max and add it to your gas. It's called Z-Max Fuel Additive. That will go away.
Oh yeah?
It happened on my Rocket. So after a year of owning it, I had lifter tap. I took it to the Triumph dealer. And like, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what it's supposed to do. And of course, no motor should tap.
Right.
Right? I put some Z-Max in it, and I think the cause of the tapping, well, in any engine, you've got those microscopic passageways.
Right.
Fuel will clog those up.
Right.
So what the Z-Max is going to do is, yeah, it's going to take care of that really quick. So it's only get the fuel additive, right? If you get the oil additive, I don't know on a motorcycle because the transit oil is usually the motor oil.
Right.
Right. But for fuel, just get a bottle of that, and it fixed my Rocket. But I told him to tell Kawasaki owners about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, it'll work. If it works, buy me a Coke the next time you see me, okay?
All right.
Yeah. But if you look online about Z-Max, you'll see you know, Carroll Shelby endorsed it for free. So he knows the stuff, right?
Right.
And I've been using it in everything at home, our cars and trucks. So I'm glad I met you now, because that lifter tap is annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, this bike was expensive. People that buy bikes that cost as much as cars or more than cars now,
yeah, I know.
they shouldn't have to deal with lifter tap in a year.
No.
So because, you know, I'm not a novice with mechanics, I'm not a certified mechanic, I understood. I knew it was the fuel, because, you know, you go to different gas stations, you get different tanks, you get different qualities. Right. And I knew Z-Max, you know, but if I had put Z-Max in the Triumph Rocket and it had not worked, I'd be going, I would have taken it to some other different level at the dealer.
Really?
You know, but you know, again, you don't want a dealer to take apart your bike motor when it's a year old.
Right.
No, that's pretty cool. How many miles are on it?
So it's only got 10,000.
You want to hear the shit? So on the Rocket, I bought the second one in Michigan.
Right.
And you know, I started this new YouTube channel. COVID, I had lost my job, was waiting for my next job. And I just did, hey, I made it to 4,000 miles on my Rocket. So, you know, Michigan's in lockdown, right? Right. And I did 4,000 miles, and I had people criticize me for that. Well, I've got, you know, coming down on me for the mileage, and the bike's got over 7,000 on it now, but I found out through the dealer that average mileage for any bike across the board is 2,500 miles a year. You know,
right.
But you know, I can't deal with people that criticize how much or how little you ride their bike, and you ask people to prove this on the internet and they don't want to prove it. They're just looking for trouble.
A buddy of mine went on, you heard of the Iron Butt Club?
Yeah, I worked with a guy years ago that was an iron butter.
Left from Detroit, went across the Ambassador Bridge.
Wow.
Went all the way, he like circumnavigated the whole Great Lakes.
Wow.
He did it in 18 and a half hours.
Yeah, I'm listening. Would you like a...
1,000 miles in 24 hours or something?
Here you go. I brought two with me. Would you like a water?
Yeah.
On me, man. You're a good guy. I really appreciate you spending time with me.
Yeah.
I always learn so much about bikes when I meet people. I really do, because I don't know it all.
He did it on the Indian Jeep.
Yeah.
Jeep that he bought. And apparently the part of northern part of Lake Huron.
Yeah.
That section before you come to get back to St. Marie.
Yeah, I know that.
He said that's the middle of no fuck where he just did it by himself. One day he just hopped on his bike and drove all the way around and got back the next day and certified the mileage and stuff and got he's done it. He's done the Iron Buck twice.
Oh yeah.
He wanted us. He said he's an engineer for Marathon. He said, look, I just want you to go on a ride with me. That I'll buy you a bike. When we get to the destination, we'll just leave the bikes there and we'll fly it back on the plane. He wanted to get two of these.
Yeah.
And ride down to the southern tip of South America, all the way down.
Yeah. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's got some cushion play in it.
Oh yeah, I have no problem riding it.
Yeah. You know, have you heard of Dime City Cycles?
I have not.
All right. They're a custom motorcycle shop out of Tampa, Florida, DCC. I love those guys. You should just check them out or give them a call, tell them what you've got, because they've got stuff for this bike. Believe not for dirt bike riding, but to make it more of like a cafe racer performance parts.
Right.
You should call them. That's a good tip. I love DCC. Just two guys, kind of like we started our channel. I love when people start with nothing.
Right.
And it just kind of grows and it's authentic. I love authentic people.
Right.
You're very authentic, you know.
Yeah, it comes natural.
Well, me too. I make mistakes in my videos with my speech and, you know, maybe my hair's not combed. I try to be authentic with people. And if people don't like you, keep walking, man. Keep stepping. Right. But yeah, check out DCC. They may have some, a couple things you might, you know.
Where are you from?
So I grew up in Detroit as a kid, but I'm in Rochester Hills right now with my fiance. And, you know, I do a lot of solo riding, right? When I rode with the Wolverine chapter, 7 or 9 people died, you know, and all those deaths happened within a year and a half, 2 years of each other. And I quit trusting people on group rides, right? But I guess where I'm going with that, so like if I rode with you for the first time, I would take it easy, because you got to build my buddy Pat lives over here and we've ridden together, so I know I can ride with Pat.
I don't like riding next to each other. I always take up the back and I ride.
Yeah, like 2 inches off the bike in front of you. It should be just spaced and enjoying the day. And
even when we go snowmobiling, I always want to be the back guy in case somebody breaks down or something happens.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about somebody pushing me from behind, getting knocked over somehow or whatever. How the fuck do you stand one of those up? I asked this old dude once, he has an old Goldwing. What are you going to do if that thing falls over someday?
Oh, you can lift them. There's that lifting thing you do, you know, so thank God.
Up on the center stand, and he goes, I'll show you what I do, and he kicked the bike over. Bam!
Yeah.
He fell on the ground, and he stood on the thing and grabbed the handlebar on the other side and just kind of leaned back and whoop, and it stood it right back up.
Did he damage? Was the bike damaged from me?
No, he had side cover.
Yeah, this has got it too. See the sides? See the protectors there?
Yeah.
They're there. But no, I don't want my bike or your bike or anyone's bike to fall over.
Stuff's going to get still scratched up and stuff.
Yeah, I know. What I do is just
damage anything that's going to make it like cooling or.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What do you think of that paint finish?
I like it.
I know there's people. I wasn't ready for all the Goldwing complainers out there. There's people out there that think Goldwings don't have good paint finishes, and I am shocked. That's better than my Triumph paint finish. Better than my Harley finish. I mean,
better than most cars.
Better than most cars, yeah. So I don't know where that's coming from, you know. Why buy if you're that pricky? People are haters, yeah. I agree with that. But
big ass cooler on the back of that.
Oh, you know what? If you want to put a cooler on this bike, you got to get that.
Talk about that guy's got a back rack.
Oh yeah. So you know, they use AI on YouTube, and it came into my feed. A rack that goes off the back of the bike with the trailer hitch hookup or something.
Going down the road, do you ride the line or do you ride the shoulder?
Actually, I watch MC Rider on YouTube, and there's 3 lanes. There's 3, 2, 1,
right.
And depending on if I'm going into a curve and road conditions, that's how I pick my lane.
Everybody I know that's ever been in a motorcycle accidents because they didn't see them behind another car.
Oh yeah, no.
They turn into it.
No.
So I always ride so I can make sure that the car coming the other way can see me behind.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always ride close to the line.
It's made me a better car driver, but you know, I thank God that you're healthy and I'm healthy. We can ride bikes, but
I didn't ride bikes for 50 years. I've got my
first
bike, well, 48 years. I got my first dirt bike in 1974.
Wow. So I'm 23, 24 years, but you know, I don't get on.
I've had bike ever since then. I've never been without one.
Yeah, you know, for me, because I'm a veteran, I'm a military veteran. I just, you know, when you ride a bike, you forget about your problems, whether you ride that, this, or something else up the road, because you have to focus on keeping you on the bike safe, and you don't think about, oh, I got to go home and feed the dog, or, you know, I got a bill that I didn't pay. You don't think about that. You think about, you know, relaxing.
Right. I put a post on Facebook just the other day since about riding my bike helps me maintain my haven't killed anyone yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, I get it completely, you know, and you know, just try to be grateful every day, you know, but you know, I've taken a lot of shit for this bike, you know.
I don't know why.
Oh, I do. I did over on Oregon Road this morning. You know, these guys were yelling at me on Harleys. And I'm a Harley rider, though I don't own one right now.
Right, I've never been.
And I took my Rocket to Daytona, and some of those people down there were pretty hostile. I didn't put it on video, but you know, you're not supposed to be here if you don't have a Harley. Yeah. I'm like, you know, that's just like third grade mentality.
Right.
But
all those millennials in their bikes.
I won't tell you, I got $7,000 off on this. It was a 2018 with less than 1 mile. You know, COVID dried up the supply of Goldwings.
Right.
Who would not buy a Goldwing Tour with a $7,000 price break?
I know a guy who's got a 75 that's probably in almost as good a shape as that one.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that.
Fucking awesome, man.
Wow.
Looks like it's brand new.
Yeah. Well, this was I got this last December, right?
Right.
And I was looking at buying a new pickup truck, but this bike was such a great deal. It's like a cable TV bill. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I couldn't say no, and I thought, well, I've got this YouTube channel. It'll help me diversify my channel. And I told my better half, I said, you know, if something comes up, I'm happy to sell this at any time.
Right.
Because I got a $7,000 price break, so I can sell it at any time. So I think it's important, and I think you do this like I do it. I want people to think for themselves.
Right.
And it goes back to being authentic, right? Right. You know, whoever owns the propaganda or owns the media owns the propaganda. Right. We don't have a free media anymore, but think for yourself. If you come home from work and you see some blistering report that's one-sided, do some research. If you really care about that subject, try to think for yourself. You know, what's behind what they're trying to tell you. Friends, just keep pushing through. It's not about how hard you get hit and knocked down. It's about how many times you can get back up and keep moving forward, right? So we'll see everybody next episode on Down the Road. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate you people, I do. Grateful if you watch these videos and grow with us and me and Teresa and Piper. One day I hope I can show up at a motorcycle event with Piper and Teresa, and you can meet the whole crew of On Down the Road Productions at once. But everybody, stay safe, get out and ride, be good to each other, and we'll see you next episode. Keep burning down the road. Our best from On Down the Road Productions. Salute.